Hello, Noose Little Podcast listeners. Allow me a moment to promote our new official Noose Little Theater merchandise. This can be bought at any show we have. And as you come see, you can go up to the merch table and ask the man or lady, and you can get your official NLT merch. Here's what we have. We have hats, toboggans, hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, and we even have big and tall sizes. Just ask the person and they'll set you right up. We also have blankets, pins, key change, stickers, tumblers, frosted pint glass, coffee mug, aluminum water bottle, backpack, and tote bags, etc. We have it all. Be sure to check out our special anniversary merchandise, including our t-shirt featuring all the shows of our historic 50th season. Thank you, and thanks for listening. Hello, and welcome to Noose Little Podcast. This is an audio presentation featuring the backstage antics and stories from your favorite log cabin located on the banks of the Noose River in Smithfield, North Carolina. Please help us celebrate our 51st season and purchase tickets on our website, www.nooselittletheater.org. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the various podcast platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Now please, enjoy the show. Hello and welcome to Noose Little Podcast. I am your host, Matt Gore, and that's my producer, Mita. She doesn't have a mic for this one. We have a full house here, and we are going to be talking about our season finale, The Odd Couple by Neil Simon.
Woohoo!
You've probably heard of this one, folks, and we are, as of this recording, about a week away from, 5 days away from opening night, and we are in desperate need of an audience because this is a funny show, and we have some actors to talk to, and I will get to that in just a moment, but first, the business. Okay, we've announced our 52nd season. That info should be available on the website and the Facebook page. We are very much excited about showing you our 52nd season, but first, we must do The Odd Couple, and those dates for The Odd Couple are May 29th, May 30th, June 5th, June 6th, and the June 7th matinee at 3. All the other dates I mentioned are at 8. We do have a May 31st matinee, but I've been informed that that is sold out. And if you have a desperate need to see the show that day, you can go to our website, newcelittletheater.org, and check and see if there's been any cancellations. Or you can show up the day of and wait outside the box office and hope that somebody doesn't show up for their ticket, which, believe it or not, happens almost every single time we sell out. But we want to pack the house with this show, folks, because it's really funny. So let me get into introducing the people I have sitting around this table with me today. All right, to my immediate right is Benson's own, what do we call him? He's like a mix of Andy Griffith meets the Bill Murray roommate from Tootsie. If they had a baby, that would kind of be DH, I think.
Wow.
That is very interesting.
But yes, DH Johnson is here. Say hello, DH.
Hello, DH.
What part are you playing, DH?
I'm playing Felix.
Yes, and we'll talk about it, but you've also played Oscar at one point, too.
I did.
So you have the distinction of playing Oscar and Felix, which I think is a really cool feather in the cap for an actor. It shows range. Sitting next to DH is Noah Denton. He's back for I think it's his second podcast. And what part are you playing, Noah?
I'm playing Speed.
Yes, Dear Speed the Complainer, the card shark, in our little group of poker guys. You are the only, besides me and Felix, you're the only other poker guy here. The other guy's ducked out, so
yes.
We get to talk smack about him now.
Oh, yes.
As you do. And in a moment, we'll get to that. But sitting next to Noah is our illustrious director, Miss Kathi Nixon.
Hello.
All right, she's going to tell us a little bit about bringing this show to life on our stage. But first, sitting next to her, we have the two Pigeon Sisters. Yes. Yes. We have Jeri Keith Liles, who also, I think she lives in Raleigh, but she's also more involved with the Benson Little Theater. Yes. And sitting next to her is old Boiler Gibbs. Nancy Gibbs is here, and this is her, I don't know, maybe fourth or fifth podcast. And I think Jeri Keith Liles has been on here before. She goes by Keith. All right, let's get into it, guys. I'll start it off by saying I once saw a production of The Odd Couple. I've seen a couple, but the last one I saw at a theater, it was good, but I walked away. I remember saying to Tam on the way out, I was just like, it's good, but it looks pretty easy to pull off. And then the theater gods looked down at me and went like, really? And cut to 5-6 years later when I'm playing Oscar, and I'm in this role, and I'm like, this is revenge on me saying that day after I saw it, because this is difficult.
Yeah.
This is a difficult play. Talk a little bit about that, Kathi, about your history with the play, and about how on the outset it might look like a simple show, but it's really, there's so much involved. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, well, I have a history with the show because it was the second show that I ever did here at New Little Theater, and I was one of the Pigeon Sisters with Darius Rose and Reggie Parker playing Oscar and Felix. It was a lot of fun. I didn't have to do anything but show up with my wig, and it was pretty easy. And then I directed it at 2 different high schools, at Clayton High School and Corinth Holders High School, and I found out how much goes into it. So it's very prop heavy. It's just timing has to be really on it for this to be funny. So, it's a lot of lines and a lot of just getting the lines in sync and getting everybody in groups together to, for the camaraderie. Oscar and Felix have to really play off of each other in the right way, which you guys have proven to me that you can do. So I'm excited about it. We had a big day today. We had a Q to Q with a whole new group of tech people, and I think they did a good job. And we did a line through to work on our lines, and I'm feeling great about it. So,
yes. We only missed one Q.
Yeah.
They did a good job. We should mention the crew, because there's an extensive crew on this.
Yeah.
We've got Izzy Moose, who does our lights and sound. This is her second show. She started on Doubt. And working backstage, we have 2 of your former students.
Yeah.
And Molly and Tabitha, who are our stage managers. And they
are former students, and they are theater majors. One went to App State, one went to ECU, and they both majored in theater, and so they're very competent.
They are.
Yeah.
They are work. They to me they look like children because I guess I'm old, and everybody younger than me looks like children. But they are very, very competent, and they have done an excellent job. The prop area backstage looks really good. They spent a lot of time doing that. And we all know that stage managers usually do a lot of work that goes unnoticed. But we would like to point out right here and right now that we appreciate their hard work. And you also have, we'll briefly go over the running crew.
Yeah.
The people that, dirty up Oscar's apartment and then clean it and then re-dirty it up again. And their names are, Kathi?
Well, I have 4 students. They're my students right now in my drama classes. So I have Abby White, I have Zen Kelly, I have Stephanie Shard, and who am I forgetting?
Zoe.
And Zoe Pridgeon. Yeah.
Oh, yes. They are very nice, and they've been most helpful. They've had to do a bunch of little stuff that I'm sure that are like, why are we doing this one? I'm like, no, it matters. You got to put it right there. But they're great. They're all great to work with, and I'm very thankful that we have them here because, like you said, this is a very prop-heavy show. There's just drowning in props backstage. But DH, let's talk a little bit about your first go as Oscar, and then how you it came full circle to you playing Felix here at the Hut. This is your first show at the Hut.
It is. And it just, for some reason, it's never worked out that I could come over and audition for a show. And so, yes.
It was my incessant begging, wasn't it? I think it was.
I really wanted to play Noah's part, but that didn't work out, and I had to take this small lead. What am I saying?
Tell us first about how you played Oscar.
Benson Little Theater produced it in 2019, and Keith over here directed it, Pigeon Sister. So I think originally I was slated kind of to play Felix in that one, and it just worked out casting-wise. What happened?
Well, I had a group of guys audition, and honestly, the talent was pretty unbelievable. I pretty much could have cast anybody as anything except Oscar. Oscar was the hardest one to find, and DH was versatile enough to do that. He could have played any one of those roles. I originally wanted him to play Felix because I knew that people would expect him to play Oscar. But it just worked out with the other actors who came in audition that was the right fit.
The first time you played Oscar, what was it like?
It was a lot easier. Now, and here's what I mean by that. I think the lines, the way Neil Simon wrote these lines, that I think the lines for Oscar are, he listens a little more, responds to a lot more. Now, whereas Felix is in his own angst, and he is changing subjects, and he is constantly complaining and asking questions and shifting the focus. And that's a harder line to learn, I think, than if you're just responding to what an actor has said. Mm-hmm. And I think that, to me, that's what I'm trying to figure out why I'm having such a hard time learning Felix's lines. And I think that's it. Very natural, the way he writes it. And it's kind of like if you've seen or worked on a David Mamet play.
Yeah.
They're the same way. It's very difficult to learn
the cadence of the dialogue.
Yes.
Yeah.
When it's written in a very kind of natural way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah. Every little punctuation mark means something, and you have to adhere to it when you're saying the line, or else it doesn't sound right. And it's so weird.
Yeah, if you switch words around, it doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Noah. Now let's talk about the poker guys. Now the poker guys are Roy, Murray, the cop. Roy's an accountant, and Vinny is what does Vinny do?
A husband,
a house husband. And you, Speed, you're kind of like the guy who wants to play. You're there to play poker, and you want them to hurry along. So talk a little bit about the guys. Oh, I should say that the guys are played by Murray is played by Dan Brown. Roy is played by Rich Nixon. Vinny is played by Darren Nix. And you play Speedo.
Yes.
So talk a little bit about the poker guys.
The three other poker guys kind of want to have some fun with it. Speed is just like, yeah, let's just get this rolling.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about this. I was talking about this with DH, where it was just like you were on to play the poker, but the other guys want to hang out and have a good time.
Yes.
And if that involves busting a few balls, then that's just all part of the process.
Oh, yes. Exactly.
To take the air out of everything you say. But when you auditioned, did you have an idea of what you wanted to go for?
I actually put Speed and Murray down as as the characters I wanted to play. I did a little bit of research a few months ago before I was thinking about auditioning, and Speed was one of the characters I was reading about and read some of his lines and just really wanted to play.
Yeah. All right. Briefly before we get to the Pigeon Sisters, I walked out of Doubt, the last show I directed here.
Why? I thought it was good.
I'm out of here. That's it. No, no. I left Doubt after we had put it to bed and take down the set, and after all things was said and done. And I didn't think I was going to be doing The Odd Couple. I really didn't, because when DH was here, Kathi, I just saw you following him around like a little. I was just like, she's never mentioned The Odd Couple to me in 6 weeks, and I didn't think you had me in mind for it, honestly. And so, but through a certain turn of events, I am here playing Oscar, and I'm very thankful for it, because I didn't think I would be doing it, but it is easily the most challenging role I've had as an actor here at the Hut. Yeah, I would say out of any role I've done, it's very challenging. Yes, even though you said he does listen and respond more, he's also on stage 30 minutes before you get on, Felix.
Yeah, I think Felix comes in on page 26 or something like that.
And Oscar, the boys start the show, but then Oscar kind of comes in, and it's his little, kind of circus, and he's the ringmaster, that type of thing. Let's talk a little bit about the rehearsal process. So, Kathi, you said you've done this show before. What were the goals heading into rehearsal from the beginning, judging how they've kind of shifted now?
The goals for just here, or just in
for
all the time
executing this show at the Hut? What did you come here in mind with? This is what we have to do. You work from big to small, and now that we're about a week out, what are the goals now?
The goals now, I'm looking forward to Monday through Thursday. I like directing. For me, is I like to get the blocking done so that everybody knows basically where they exit and enter and sit and stand, and and just get the basic things done, to just make it through the big list of props to make sure that everybody knows what to handle, what to bring in. But then when I get to just nitpick and think of little things like little looks that somebody should do to somebody else, or the way somebody could say a line and get a bigger laugh. Those are my favorite things to do. So I think we're there. I think we're at the point where I can actually just sit back and not worry about things because the crew's done all that, and just look at make sure everybody's getting the most out of their character.
All right, I'll ask. This is a question for both Kathi and Keith, since I didn't know that, but I didn't know that Keith directed your production of The Odd Couple. That is fresh information for me. So I'll ask her too. The question just flew right out of my mind, and I'm mad. Okay, yes. How important is it to work on the timing of the jokes, but also the dialogue, and how important is it to get to that point? Because in all shows, sometimes you don't make it there. How important it is to get there, and how does it affect the show?
With Neil Simon, it's everything. The comedy depends on the rhythm of the characters' delivery of the lines. In all of Neil Simon's shows, there's a ba-boom, 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 boom, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom,
Yeah,
ba-boom,
and if you actually say the lines that he's written,
yes,
then
there's no ad-libbing with Neil
you'll
Simon,
get it.
because if you do the rhythms off, it's almost like learning a song. There's a certain sound that he wrote, and that's what works. It's what the audience expects. It's what's pleasing to the ear of the audience when you're dealing with a certain type of character, which is Neil Simon's dealing with. You've got the Yankee, New Yorker, cultural sensibility about all these characters, and there's a certain rhythm and cadence to that type of character that just is necessary for the comedy itself. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it's super important.
Well, speaking of the comedy, we got to take it to probably the best scene in the play, which is the Pigeon Sisters scene, which is not infuriating at all. No, for real though, the Pigeon Sisters scene is kind of a standout because you guys are such weird, kooky characters that have shown up late in this play. So
Page 63.
She got it written down. But you guys arrive so far into the play, and it kind of, the audience is kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? They're kind of gobsmacked and like, well, what's going on now? Like, who are these people? So get into that a little bit about what their characters are like.
They're the Greek chorus. They come and catch everybody else up on what's going on. I think they're there because, for one thing, you want women to come to your show.
Right.
And so, there were female audience members to appeal to, but and I just heard this story recently from DH. Originally, the Pigeon Sisters just came in for the one initial scene, and evidently, and this was in previews, and the audience demanded another scene with the Pigeon Sisters, and that's why they come back at the end. Originally, they were just there pretty much to give just a little female edge to the show, and show that these guys, are not only divorcing but contemplating what it looks like to go out and start dating again.
Right. Putting the foot back out there.
Yeah,
again.
It's a double whammy.
That reminds DH. Do you think Oscar has a? Do you think? Because he said Oscar has a line referring to the Pigeon Sisters, like, well, I wanted to ask them out, but I wasn't sure which one to ask, so this way it's perfect. Do you think he needed you there to go on to like?
You couldn't handle both of us.
Well, no.
I know you wanted
to. For Oscar to go on a date too, do you think he's trepidatious about that? Like he's like, I need my wingman, and maybe he's.
Well, you met them at the same time. You didn't meet one at a time. So
right.
You can't meet the two girls and then go ask one out. That would be rude to the other girl, pigeon, bird.
Coo.
But now, since I'm there, it's perfect.
And you get to meet, and I know I'm off mic, but you get to meet both of them, and then you can feel out which one, because you wouldn't be able to invite both of them over to by yourself.
That's what you think.
So
Oscar does flirt with both of us.
No, it's true.
Well, and it's true. There's no decision made as to who's getting who because she and I are over on the sofa going, "Which one do you like?" And I'm like, "I like the big one. Which one do you want?"
What do you mean? We're both tall. What do you mean?
That's what I was talking about.
That Cecily, the woman who played Cecily Pigeon, is the only living actor that is from the Odd Couple.
Yeah.
Still, she's 86.
Monica Evans.
Yeah,
Wow.
Monica Evans.
How do you remember stuff like that?
I don't know.
No, me and DH, I'll cut it out, but me and DH, whenever we go over lines to kind of a palate cleanser, kind of a break, we've started to play a game, and I'll choose a random year, and I'll pull up the Best Picture nominees, and he can name all 5 of them every single time, which is infuriating because I thought I was the movie guy. And also, you mentioned that you are the first person, I think, that I've ever been on stage with that's taller than me, which is also infuriating.
Isn't that strange? Because when I'm around an actor or somebody who's taller than me, it makes you feel strange.
Because I'm used to being the tall guy. When you stand in front of me, I'm like, he's taller than me. What is up with this?
I have no idea what that joke is.
All right, one thing before I don't want to forget on the Pigeon Sisters before we move on. Okay, you were talking about the structure of the play and how the third act in particular kind of came late into the production process in the actual play that debuted in 1966, I want to say, directed by Mike Nichols. Do you think that maybe, now let's remember the time here, 1966, do you think that maybe it was like, listen, you got to put some girls in here. Everybody's going to think they're...
Yes.
Okay, so talk about that.
When the sitcom opened, they immediately started introducing women. It was the 70s. Was it the 70s or late 60s? The
sitcom was mid-70s.
And I think that the Pigeon Sisters may have been brought there to explain to the audiences who might not have understood things, as clearly as you would hope, that these are not two gay men who have left their marriages and they're going to end up living together forever and ever. These, these are two guys who are learning how to redefine themselves in the world of single adulthood.
In the 60s.
In the 60s.
Everything got kind of free
Which
there.
is another reason why he may have needed a wingman. People weren't as free and easy to just, whoop it up in the back of a car the first time they met. There was a dating protocol in the 60s, especially on television and movies, that, they weren't even showing married couples in double beds yet.
Right.
When this movie... So...
You couldn't show a toilet flushing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So those girls have to be there to make it very clear.
Quick,
that
DH, sorry.
There are women in the world for these men.
Which is the first movie that showed a toilet flushing?
Psycho.
Damn. You see that? That's exactly right.
There was no toilet in the Brady Bunch.
No. Mm-mm. In that Jack and Jill bathroom.
They had to hold
the first toilet flush was All in the Family.
Was what?
All in the Family was the first television toilet flush.
So Nancy, have you been in the Odd Couple before?
No.
Okay.
I have not.
So you came here and you wanted to play it because did you see it when Darius and Reggie did it?
I did not, but I have seen many clips of that show, and specifically the Pigeon Sisters getting cracked up looking at the pictures.
All right, go ahead and tell the story. The story of the pictures.
The story of the pictures was, Felix has to show 3 pictures to the Pigeon Sisters. He shows his kids, then he shows his wife, or soon-to-be ex-wife Frances, and then he shows a picture of his apartment, his living room. And so Darius was Felix, and he was the one showing the pictures to me. And they were never pictures of any of those things, not even close.
I'm warning you right now.
They were really, really raunchy little pictures, and we had to just keep a straight face every night and say, "Oh, aren't they sweet? Oh, yes, lovely." So the last night, I had my own picture of Sydney, and I passed it to him and said, "Now you've got me thinking about poor Sydney." And I passed it to him, and he laughed for about 2 minutes.
It was a pornographic image.
It was.
Yeah.
It was,
and they had
indeed.
the pornographic cards as well.
Yes.
Yes, the nudie cards. Mm-hmm. You want to play with some nudie cards, Speed?
I don't know.
The answer's yes.
the problem with the nudie cards is there's two types of nudie cards.
Oh dear.
There's the regular pin-up nudie cards, and then there's the heinous, really, really bad nudie cards where you're kind of like look at them and you're thinking about this poor girl. She was a child once, and it's just like you just feel so. It's not sexy at all.
That's someone's child.
Yeah, so it's like, oh my god, what happened?
Someone's sister.
How did you get here? Okay, but back to Nancy for a minute.
Speaking of, what a segue.
So, what's it been like playing off of old JKL over here, as I like to call her?
Well, I really think the audience is going to have a hard time telling us apart.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think it was a stroke of genius with casting because it's uncanny.
We look so much alike.
So much alike. But I think we've had fun. We've bounced some things back and forth and tried a couple of things. Some work, some don't. But
we found that we have the same sense of humor in common.
Yes.
Since we met 3-4 weeks ago,
Yeah.
And so we seem to get each other's
Rhythm.
Yeah, what we're doing with each other on stage is really working. I think for me, because she gets me and I get her, and I can't look at her in the face a lot on stage because I know what she's thinking when she looks at me with that eye, and I'm like, no, don't look at her, don't look at her.
Nancy makes it look really easy on stage.
Yeah.
She makes it something.
Oh, stop.
No, I've said it before. You make it look easy, and it pisses me off every time because it's not. No, I'm just kidding. I know it's not easy, and you both are very funny in this role.
Well, thank you.
All right. I told everybody I'd keep this one short because we've been here most of the day and we're starving. But briefly, before we go out, Kathi, please say anything you want to about the production, anything you that pops in your head.
Well, I really hope that if you're listening and you haven't got tickets, that you will, because I would love to fill all of the seats, all 6 productions. I have really enjoyed working with everybody, but my Oscar and Felix, I'm really proud of. They've come a really long way, and I'm to the point now where I just get to sit back and watch it every night and just know it's going to be funny. So you're going to be sorry if you miss this one, I think. I really do.
I'll be there.
Thank you, DH. It's going to be really funny. And even if you've seen it before, come see it because it's always different.
It's universal.
Yeah.
There's a reason this play is still done all the time. It's because the jokes are really, really good, and they translate.
Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to say that Roy is very sexy. Thank you.
Roy is very sexy. So you're saying you started an affair with one of the cast members?
I absolutely plan on sleeping with him tonight. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So Roy, get ready for that. And Vinny couldn't join us today because he's on his anniversary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. Everybody's getting some today.
Now you've got me thinking about poor Sydney.
It was a good marriage.
Go ahead and text Otis, Nancy.
Oh, he's on speed dial.
I will be waiting for you, Nancy, with a rose placed in nature's vase. Anyways,
As Otis now turns off.
vase.
Has to be vase. It's classy, Joe.
It's worth more than $10.
All right, Noah. I got to ask you something because you're kind of sitting there quiet. So I got to. No, I'm just kidding. But what's been your favorite part of the process on The Odd Couple?
I think it's just seeing everybody bring their characters to life and finding my place in all of that and how I can bring mine to life and while playing off of everybody as much as I can.
Good.
I'd just like to mention that myself and DH, this is our first time being at New Little Theater, and it's been a really welcoming experience. You don't often go to a new theater and you don't always get treated like family right away, and so I just like to appreciate that for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
It's been immediately felt very welcome here and supported as an actor, so thanks. I appreciate that a lot.
I don't get out often, which means I do a lot of work with Benson Little Theater, so I am sort of there either in something or directing something or producing something. And so very infrequently do I leave my home theater to go out and play with others. And this has been lovely. I always like to go to a new place, and did it earlier in this year. I went to a Raleigh Little Theater, and that was my first time in Raleigh Little Theater. So this is my first time in Smithfield, and it's lovely here. I love it. Such charm. I see shows here all the time. I just haven't been on a stage here.
I can imagine coming somewhere new after being so entrenched in Benson that it's like I get to kind of be a guest. Like I'm a bridesmaid, not a bride all the time. People aren't going to be asking me a ton of questions.
It was nice to watch Kathi have to do all the work this time.
Yeah.
Yes,
Instead
I
of
agree.
myself.
I agree. I thought about like, what about these props? I'm like,
Don't
that
have
ain't-
to worry
That ain't
about
my job.
And I also think that if you go outside of your home,
You do it to
safety
learn.
of your home theater or wherever
It's
you
important.
Yeah.
I think there are higher self-expectations than I don't coast on what I can
On
get
your
away with
reputation.
in my own,
Right.
everybody.
Right. You have
It's
to work a little bit
important to
harder.
have to prove yourself every once in a while.
I want
to stay
to make
fresh.
sure everyone knows I know how to remember lines and remember blocking.
Well, people
That's
won't
a
be
little funny
saying
right there.
people won't be saying, "Gosh, he was so much better in the last show."
But you know what I mean? I think I want to prove myself a little more than I do sometimes, and I get a little too comfortable at home. And
Right. You get complacent because
so
it's your home
I'm
theater.
harder on myself on certain things.
Right. Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, it has been fun to do this with you guys because I know you guys are such talented artists and such and bring a lot to the table. You know, you're not just a body up there saying lines, and so that's been really fun. But it's also been fun. You guys are kind of like my new people avatars, so I'm just waiting like. Wait till they get a load of Steven, so I can just watch their reactions.
Oh, he was like new meat.
Yes.
Yes, he pounced on you guys today. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be extra surly today." Yes, I always like showing them because there's no other layout in the theater like how we have at the Hut. I mean, it's just where we have like the downstairs area and the basement and all that. I'm like, oh, and this is where the spiders hang out. This is where the costume area is. Oh, no bathroom downstairs. You got to walk upstairs. So yeah, all that stuff is just it's interesting to see it through new people's eyes. But yeah, we've all had a blast. We're all kind of I think a little tired, but we have a day off to recharge, and then we tackle Tech Week. And it's going to be a great show. It always comes together. This is usually, I would say, that Q to Q to Monday first tech rehearsal is usually the most stressful time on a show. Usually,
When?
It's panic time.
the
Monday?
Q to Q to that first Monday. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because that first Monday we're going to be dealing with costumes, and there's going to be lights on us, and there's going to be some stuff we haven't dealt with before, and it'll be a little. But as the week goes on, it kind of polishes itself, and that's the hope anyway. But yes, I really enjoy sharing the stage with you, DH, and
it's you as well.
and
You're
I
a hoot.
I hope
What's your
so.
favorite line in this play that you get to deliver?
I really like his. He went out to kill him. He's going out to kill himself. I like that line a lot, and it's like because he's saying it so dry. I was like, "What do you mean? What's he doing?" He went out to kill himself, and
he's repeating the
Yes.
He says he went out to kill himself.
I like the one we were talking about earlier where he says, "Oh, you think where Roy says you think he was mugged?" I'm like, for 36 hours, how much money could he have on him? That image is really
very funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if other people
That's a
find it as
ridiculous
funny
joke.
as I do.
Yeah. Yeah, there are so many weird, ridiculous jokes that are hard to replicate in another thing. We're getting it. Okay, we'll wrap up here in a second. But briefly, it's like I think that. Don't you feel that like the Jones Hope Wooten era of the comedies kind of derived from Neil Simon? Like Neil Simon's the prototype.
Certainly, I really do. I think he changed comedy in so many ways. And it's very situational comedy, but I don't know. There's just something beautiful about it.
Yeah.
And nobody else pulls it off.
No.
Like Simon does, except who wrote Same Time Next Year? Bernard Slade. He's very, very similar. If you read one of his plays, you would think you were reading Neil Simon.
Interesting. I'll have to look that up.
And then everybody's secondary to that.
All right. Well, before we send it out into the airwaves, does anybody have a final word for our show before we dive into Tech Week, entertain the masses?
Ta-ta.
All right. If you want to come see The Odd Couple at Noose Little Theater, please go to nooselittletheater.org and buy your tickets. They are $15 online and $18 at the door, but don't gamble with that, folks. You want to go ahead and reserve your seat now. You save money, and it ensures you see the show. Those dates are May 29th, May 30th, both of those at 8 o'clock. May 31st is sold out, but if you keep checking the website, there might be a cancellation. That's at 3 p.m., and then the next weekend, June 5th and 6th at 8 o'clock, and the June 7th matinee at 3. 6 shows total for The Odd Couple. Let's finish strong, people. All right. I'm Matt Gore. That's my producer, Mita. She doesn't have a mic. You can't hear. Oh, but give us some sound effects, Mita. That's the one I was looking for. Come on, give us another one. Give us a good one. One more.
You just want the laugh.
I do. All right, gang. We'll talk to you later. Bye.